Ken used to be part of Art for Life, didn't you?
Yeah.
At the college in Rochester, where you would paint and draw for about 2 or 3 days a week with other artists.
Yeah.
And then he had lots of moves.
Yeah.
And somewhere along the line, someone forgot that Ken was an artist. So when Ken came to live here, we bumped into one of your old tutors, Debbie.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
And she said, oh, you do know that Ken's a very good artist. So Ken and I set about looking for opportunities for Ken to make art. And last February, Ken was very lucky to meet Wendy Dawes and Helen Morley, 2 artists that were setting up a art project in Rochester, where they had a studio for people with learning disabilities, and they would all come together and make wonderful art. And from there, Ken's gone from strength to strength, and you've gone back to pottery. On Tuesdays.
Tuesday,
do some pottery and
yeah.
some sculpture.
Yeah.
And you've done painting with lots of other artists as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you made that lovely picture
Yeah.
with a local artist a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Ken has exhibited before, many years ago, and he sold some of his work. And Ken loves it when people compliment him on his paintings.
Yeah.
Most of his paintings are quite bright, and usually they're self-portraits, houses, cars.
Car. Oh, yeah.
And at the moment you've been doing a lot of religious things, haven't you? Things to do with the church and the cathedral.
Sure. Yeah.
Because you're doing a project with some other artists at Rochester Cathedral.
Yeah.
So a lot of what you're painting and drawing at the moment is stained glass windows,
Yes.
Jesus, churches.
Okay.
This was some of the art Ken did with Art About last year. I love that one.
You like that?
I love that one. Children really love your pictures, don't they?
Yeah.
Really love your pictures. I get inspiration from natural things like wood, bark, and I try and texture the metal to have the same sort of feel and look as things like wood. This copper bangle, it will be a bangle eventually, I will make some. I kind of been texturing it to make it look a bit like leather. I like the way that you can make metal look like something completely different to what it is. And the textures also on this bit of wood, all the different grains and the lines. I use hammers and anything I can get my hands on really to try and texture the metal. I make all of the components myself, all of the earring hooks and fixings, all the links. These little balls take over an hour to drill and then file that tiny little hole in, but I think it's really important to make something completely and from scratch.